Kal Kadosh, Boker Tov. We're continuing with halachot of achana from Shabbat to the weekday, and we were speaking about washing the dishes. It's actually brought down that when you have utensils that are dirty, and you're afraid the bugs are going to start coming, so therefore obviously you're allowed to come and you're allowed to soak them in the water, because you do not have kavanah, right? And even if you don't have the kavanah to use them during the day, because your kavanah is not to prepare for the weekday, you just don't want bugs coming around and going all over the place. The same halacha would apply if after you finish the food, you're going to come and you're going to soak it in order that it should not actually become hardened, the food, on the plates and then or on the pots, and then it will be very difficult to clean. It would also be permitted. And the reason why is, this is not like Rabban Zion Bashaul, the reason why is because right now the reason why you're doing this soaking is only in order to stop something from happening. You're not actually changing something that already happened. So for example, if right now the food already hardened on the pot and now you want to soak it, so now it's going to be prohibited, because then what you're doing right now is that you're coming and you're starting a process of cleaning the dishes, right? And you don't need it for Shabbat. If you needed it for Shabbat, for sure there's no problem. But here you do not need it for Shabbat. So since you don't need it for Shabbat, it's going to be prohibited. However though, if it's going to be such a case where the only purpose is that it's in order that it should not get to such a scenario, which means that you're coming and you are soaking it, but in order that it should not harden. So in such a case, it's going to be permitted. That is brought down in the Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach and the Shut Minchat Shlomo, the Chazon Ovadia, Shminat Shabbat Kilchata, and we already said that that's not going to be like Rav Ben Zion Abba Shaul. The last halacha also, which is not going to be like Rav Ben Zion Abba Shaul, is, are you allowed to put it in a dishwasher? So therefore, it comes, let's say, for example, Friday night, and you're going to come and you're going to put the dirty dishes in a dishwasher. Is that permitted or not? So it's actually brought down that you're allowed to put the dishes in a dishwasher, but you're not allowed to separate them in a dishwasher. What does that mean? You could not come, you could put the dishes in a dishwasher, even though there were some machmirim. I remember a certain sefarim that they come and they say, no, you have to put it in a cupboard. And after Shabbat, you take it out of the cupboard and you put it in the dishwasher. It's not normal to put dirty dishes in a cupboard, right? And therefore, since it's not normal, right, forget about telling the women that they would shoot you, right? But just, it doesn't make sense. If it's not the norm, that's not called hachana. If you're going to put the dishes in a sink, that's not called ani mechin, I'm preparing. The places of dirty dishes is in the sink. Don't put something in the garbage, because when you throw something in the garbage, you're preparing. That the place is right now in the sink, or the place right now is the dishwasher. You're right, I cannot set it up, which means I cannot set it up that it's going to come Motzei Shabbat, I'm just going to push the button and that's it. No, that I can't do. But the dirty dishes, I could come and I could put them in the dishwasher without any certain type of a like mamash that I'm setting it up for that. And then Motzei Shabbat comes, I'm going to come and I'm going to put them properly, right, in order that it should actually be ready in order to do the dishwashing. So that's the last halakha to do with the dishwasher. So again, one more time, to do with soaking in order that it doesn't get hardened or in order that bugs don't come is going to be permitted. If it's already hardened, it's prohibited, because then I'm preparing. Even though in that case it will also be a heter that I could leave it in the sink and I could do netilat yadayim over them. Why? Because right now I'm not actually soaking it. I'm doing netilat yadayim, and it happens to be that there's going to be a pot underneath, so that's even better. But it's not that I'm doing it, it's happening on its own. I'm not coming and I'm not doing a physical action to come and only to soak it in water. So therefore that would be permitted. Right? And the last halakha to do with the mediach kelim, which is a dishwasher, you're allowed to put the dirty dishes in a dishwasher, but what you're not allowed to do is you're not allowed to set it up that it should be exactly ready for Motzei Shabbat. That you're not allowed to do because of achana from Shabbat to Chol.